Again, just showing us the newness aspect of this, and this is something that I really almost want to highlight for maybe from a personal point of view, but also from just a general wildlife experience. One of the true beauties of being in this area, Djuma, and being in Sabi Sands, is that we are part of such a massive ecosystem in terms of, well, essentially we're all part of a massive ecosystem, the world in the end, or Earth, but that's another discussion. What I mean is the area that these animals can move around in freely is very big. We're talking millions of hectares, many millions of acres, and that means that there are thousands of lions, hundreds of thousands of impala. We're talking about probably about 15,000 elephants in Kruger, and that number is growing. So the largeness and the scale of the area makes it very exciting. It truly adds that venture into it, and to an extent even the romance into it. In other words, for me, the fact that we could suddenly one day see lions that we've never seen before, even if we've heard of them, or potentially never even heard of them. You might see a new male that's never been seen before. You might not even be that comfortable with vehicles yet. But that very aspect, the fact that many things move through here, that big herds of buffalo, and that every day is truly a surprise, is something that really makes me very excited about this area. So the fact that we can now look at two lionesses, that from the signs on them look like they've probably got youngsters, and we don't really know that much about them. We can make a few phone calls and start speaking to some of the guys further south, or we could also see maybe they hang around here and we can slowly discover that with them. And to an extent, that's quite exciting for me, that ability to just sort of ease into this. The same as these animals just arrived on the scene, we just arrived on the scene, and now we can start getting to know them a little bit. We can see that they're very habituated. The way they're sleeping, facing straight towards us. Both of those lionesses earlier went off, they left the shelter of the tree, and they urinated out in the open. Something that I quite often do a little bit privately. The fact that they didn't care at all about the vehicle during all of this, again shows us they're very habituated. So that's a fantastic start. That means we can really spend time with these cats. Maybe just today, but maybe also with the Kahuma Pride having moved further north, Pochos not being that active, and certainly being the fathers of their cubs. So that means they're in a safe zone here. And not that many other lions. Sandy Patch female comes and goes. She could even hook up with him, who knows. But the possibility exists that maybe these two lionesses move in here a bit more. There's permanent water, Treehouse Dam, Gowrie Pan. There's a lot of animals around, good food around for them. There hasn't been lions that much in this area. The last few months we've seen very few lions. So that also means that the prey species that they prey on is in quite good condition in this general area. So all these things might mean that maybe I want to speculate a bit, maybe wish a little bit, but it means that potentially these cats could hang around. These two ladies we might get to know quite well. We might see them every so often. If we're lucky, maybe even a couple of times a week. And slowly we'll get to know them. We might get to know their cubs. We might get to, obviously we'll pick up some of the history a little bit. We'll talk to the guys on the west. Andre and them can really help us with that. But that journey, that discovery that we can go on with them, if they stick around, is something that I really enjoy. And I think I must be excited because I just spoke so much, and normally I try and at least take a breath in between, but it's just all these feelings that you get. You're looking at two beautiful lionesses. I haven't seen lions in quite a while. Most of the lions we've seen over the last while have been part of the Mapocho sort of saga and drama. So now just to have this new breeze blowing in here with these two beautiful lionesses is very exciting for me. It's something that I look forward to seeing as well, how this is going to develop through winter. Before we move, just sort of looking around a little bit, just trying to sort of guess what they might do, what they might do next. They might sleep for another 2 hours, which of course is possible, and in that case we'll sit here for a while and see what happens. But they might also get up and have a drink, so we'll move just now maybe to that side a bit. Just look at these francolins. Such a beautiful little space here on our left hand side. Almost looks like a lawn. You can see that nice soft green sort of weedy type plants. It's not really a grass, it's more a bit of a weed. Beautiful soft afternoon light. There's a bit of a scrim almost in front of the sun in the form of very thin clouds. And just look at that lovely scene. Water in the background. Franklin's busy looking for their bit of food. 6 of them. Happy crested francolin family. Just bouncing off and it literally looks like floating gold in the water. It's just nice to look around, just to take in the scene. These two lionesses are fast asleep to our right. We'll get back to them in a bit. Just the late afternoon feel of this. The temperature is perfect. Probably about 20 degrees, 21 degrees. Slight bit of a breeze coming from the lions towards us, the way that you're looking at the moment. I can tell you that direction of the breeze because we can smell the dung of the lions, the lung of the lions. And there you can see the sun just not disappearing yet, but certainly getting lower on the horizon. So this is where we're sitting, Treehouse Dam. Stunning water. We've stopped here many times. We've seen over time leopard, and lion and buffalo and elephant, all kinds of wildlife here. This afternoon we spoilt enough, lucky enough, maybe that roller from Marco this morning is still carrying us through to sit here with them and spend some time with these lions. I think what I'm going to opt for now is just back up a little bit. Even though looking straight down, sort of the front of them was quite nice. Just want to make sure that if they do want to go down to the water, they've got enough space to walk past. There we go. And now we've still got a little bit of light left on them as well. The very last bit of the late afternoon.